Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Surprise, we have a new set, apparently. Can't exactly say that Wizards did the best of jobs advertising what this is, when it was going to drop, or that the fact that it was going to replace Streets of New Capenna as our summer set. But here we are. We have a new set, Premier Draft Baldur's Gate. It's what we've got for the next 2 months. Streets of New Capenna has left Arena for the time being, so here's what we have. I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to the MTG Wiki here. I did a little pre-recording to give you an idea of what this set is before we dive into the first draft of the set for us. So without further ado, let's head over there. So here we are on the MTG Wiki for what exactly Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate is. So it says here, it is a digital-only release adjacent to the release of the Commander Legends set that just came out in paper. It's rebalanced for Arena, it has some digital-only cards, and yeah, there's lots going on here. So if you have played Alchemy, this next little section, you probably already know a lot of these things, but if you haven't, there are some things you're going to need to know going into this set. We have digital-only mechanics here, such as Conjure, Perpetually, Seek, and Spellbook, with new mechanics, such as Specialize, Double Team, and Boon. You can pause here to read these, and you can go ahead and look up what these do as well. I won't get into too much more detail, but they are digital-only mechanics. Now, when we get to the cards that are inside of this set, we have about 60 or 70 cards that are direct reprints from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, which is the set that was not super well received last summer. We have cards like Celestial Unicorn, Black Dragon, Grim Bounty, Portable Hole. I mean, you know a lot of these cards. Lurking Roper. Some of these cards are direct reprints from last year. We then have cards that are direct reprints from the Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate set that just recently dropped in paper, such as Ancient Gold Dragon, Black Market Connections, Bonecaller Cleric, everything in here that doesn't have a little AFC or AFR next to it. So I'm not sure how many of those there are, but you can see these are the direct reprints in this set that are going to be here. We also have a couple of rebalanced cards. The only one that may affect something you know is that the original Sepulchre Ghoul, sorry, it's cutting off on the left here, was a 2/1, and it is now rebalanced to be a 2/2. And that's the only difference that you can do for Sepulchre Ghoul, so it's a little bit better than it already was. There's a couple of Commander Legends Baldur's Gate cards that are also rebalanced, but we'll get to those later. There are some Baldur's Gate cards that have been reimagined for the digital space, so they're basically the same except they add words like Perpetually or, Specialize or some weird, alchemy related things. There's about 40 or so of those. Here's some of the specialized cards, which we'll get into later because they are incredibly confusing. Then we have other exclusive digital only cards. There's about 43 brand new digital only cards that are added to this set. So this set is going to go ahead and give us a very similar feel to Adventures in the Forgotten Realms last year, except it's going to have a digital twist to it. It's going to have some alchemy stuff going on. You're going to have some Perpetual and Conjure and Seek and all these weird things that I never thought I would be covering in one of these videos. But here we are, and let's go ahead and head on back to the draft portion of today's video. All right, well, what do you say we dive into our first draft of this new set? There's going to be a lot of reading. I guarantee you that. I will not be able to read every card. Some of this is going to be pretty confusing, but we're going to be learning together. We've all been surprised with this off of not much warning, so I didn't have any time to do much of a set review content or anything like that. So we're going to be learning together in the first draft of Baldur's Gate, and crossing our fingers that Arena here on launch day does not crash as it normally does. If you're seeing this, that means it probably didn't crash. So then hello and congrats Arena for not crashing on launch day for the first time in 3 years. But here we are. Let's give this a shot. Again, I know just about as much as you do with that pre-recorded intro that I showed you about this set. So we're gonna dive in and see what we can find here. All right. Raphael, Fiendish Savior, 5 and a 4/4 flying. Other demons, devils, imps, tieflings you control get +1/+1 have lifelink. Beginning of each end step, if a creature was put into your graveyard from anywhere, create a 1/1 devil. It's probably what I'm taking, because if you remember anything about AFR previously, red-black is far and away the best color pair. And while this is a little bit of a different set, I'm not sure how much different it's going to actually play out. And I'm going to lean on the fact that red-black is the best deck and blue is essentially unplayable to start. That's where we'll start. All right, Liar, 2-mana 2/2. Beginning of combat, you get +1/+1 if it's... that's going to be very hard to turn on. Lozan Dragon's Legacy, 5-mana 4/2 flying. It's pretty good. Dragon build around here. Scouting Hawk, 3-mana 1/1 does some things that I don't have time to read, but yeah, we're just going to take the rare because it's our first draft and red-black is good, and I know that. So let's take red-black. We'll start with Raphael, and we'll see if we can find Michelangelo here soon. All right, so Meteor Golem, more of a ramp strategy. Here's the adjusted Sepulchre Ghoul that I mentioned, 2-mana 2/2. You can sacrifice another creature to give it +2/+2. You find some prisoners. No, there is an incessant provocation in here. This replaced, oh gosh, the Steel and Sack part of the red-black deck from the last time we saw AFR. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's probably still going to be pretty good. So we could go with Sepulchre Ghoul. This also enables Raphael because we can sacrifice creatures on our turn. I think that's what I'm going to land on. Black is, or was in AFR, by far and away the best color pair, or the best color in the set. So again, early on, I'm going to lean on that kind of thing, and until I'm proven otherwise. Underseller Myconid seems like a pretty good ramp card for green. Earth Cult Elemental's not great. Minimus Containment was pretty good, but we're going to take the Sepulchre Ghoul and see if we can find our way into red-black sack here. Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind. So this is a dragon. Is this a dragon? No, it's not. It's not even a dragon. Okay. Navigation Orb. That's much more of a fixing card in this set, it seems. 3-mana 2/2 Menace Double Team. That's pretty good. So Double Team says whenever this creature attacks, if it's not a token, conjure a duplicate into your hand, then both of them perpetually lose Double Team. So it's like, if you're able to attack with this, you can get another one into your hand. It's a pretty good form of card advantage. 2-mana 1/3 Double Team, and you can kind of pump itself. There is a Deadly Dispute, though. And we have Sepulchre Ghoul plus Deadly Dispute. And that's already a pretty good combo, to be honest. There's a chance that not many people know that red-black is potentially the best deck in this format. So we'll take Deadly Dispute here to go with our Ghoul, and look to solidify ourselves into black if at all possible. Demogorgon's Clutches is a no. Summon Undead. What does this do? 5-mana mill 3. Return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. A little bit of a reanimator thing, but I see, holy moly, Battlecry Goblin and Dragon's Fire. And another Provocation. We have to take Battlecry Goblin, right? 2-mana 2/2. Pay 2. Goblins you control get +1/+0 and gain haste till end of turn, and it has Pack Tactics. Create a 1/1 that's tapped and attacking as well. It's one of the best uncommons in original AFR, if not the best uncommon, and we're going to take it here. Unfortunately, we have to pass on a Dragon's Fire and a Provocation, but you can't pass up on a Battlecry Goblin. Pick 4. That is a signal that red is probably open. So we're going to take that here. And then we see the best black removal spell in the set. 4 mana, destroy target creature or planeswalker, create a treasure token. Yes, please. Let's see some of these other cards if we have time. 5 mana 3/3. When it dies, it perpetually gets -1/-1. Then if that card's toughness is 1 or greater, return it to the battlefield. So it's kind of like double persist, for those of you that know what that is. It seems pretty good, especially in like kind of a sacrifice deck like this. That's pretty good. Another Deadly Dispute. I would not mind playing 2 in a deck like this. Weaponry did not really get there in previous AFR, so I'm going to guess that it won't get there here. And we will take Grim Bounty. Oh boy, what does this do? Okay, 6 mana, 4/3, specialize 5. When it enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. And if it... this is just a lot. There's another Ghoul, there's a Dragon's Fire, and a Shambling Ghast. I think I'm going to land on the Dragon's Fire. So we have 18 seconds to explain what Specialize is here. Basically, you can discard a card or a land of another color and pay the specialized cost to turn it this creature into one of these other ones on the backside here. You know, so yeah, maybe we'll get to that one day, but not right now. 4 mana 2/4, you can give it fire breathing, and when it dies, note its power. You get a boon with when you cast your next creature spell, perpetually gets plus X plus O, where X is the noted number. It's pretty good. 2 mana 2/2 is really all that is. 1 mana 1/1. That's kind of good for aggro decks. This seems good. So a boon basically says that it's like a delayed trigger is what it is. So whenever it just says whenever you cast your next creature spell, that boon will trigger, and then you will be able to get that from that next thing. So that's what a boon is for you. Pilgrim's Eye is actually quite good. It's a really good sacrifice target, and it's also a good fixer to make sure that if we want to splash something, or you want to just hit your land drops, this is going to be pretty good for us. Summon Undead, another kind of reanimator thing, but I don't know how well supported this is. We'll just have to figure that out as we go. Here's another specialized card. You can see some of these other options. They're kind of all versions of the same thing, but we're going to take the Pilgrim's Eye here. Summon Undead did come back. Lantern of Revealing. No, that's too slow. Scouting Hawk, 3 mana 1/1. I think I'll just cut black here. Maybe we find a reanimate target? I don't even know. When he ETBs, if an opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for basic planes, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It's kind of like Pilgrim's Eye, in a way. But yeah, we're just going to cut black here and put it into the sideboard. Alright, so the provocation did come back, and we already have Ghoul in Dispute. So yeah, we're going to take that and get into the best deck here. Lantern again, there's giant fire beetles. I guess we'll take the 3 mana 2/2 Menace Double Team. Don't know if this is the deck for that, but I mean, red-black is where I want to be and there's another one. So yeah. What does it even do again? 4 mana, gain control of target creature till end of turn, untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn, and perpetually gains, it attacks each combat if able. So it doesn't give you a treasure like the previous one. I'm never going to remember what the previous one was. But 4 mana with a free sacrifice outlet here. Yeah, we'll take another Ghoul if we can find it. We did get Hook Horror, so maybe that's playable. I mean, I don't really know. But, yeah. All right, pretty good pack one, to be honest. And we do see a Kalane here. So in red-black, 2 mana 1/2. ETBs make a treasure. And other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on them for each mana from a treasure spent to cast them. That's pretty good. Priest of Ancient Lore, probably the best white common in the set. Let's see what this one is. Something's Acrobatics. 4 mana instant. Exile all non-token creatures you control, then roll a d20. 1 through 9, they blink. And 10 through 20, they blink twice. It's kind of a fun card, but not for us. Rasad, Monk of Saloon with a bunch of specialized options. ETBs, exile target creature. Opponent controls till this leaves the battlefield, and then when this dies, if you specialized it, you get some little bonus from that. But we'll take Kalane, because we're in red-black here. All right, what else do we have? Is this splashable? Probably not. 4 mana 2/2. ETB, search your library, 2 basic lands. 1 through 9, put them in your hand. 10 through 19, 1 goes tapped on the battlefield. 20, put them both tapped. That is quite good, but probably not worth splashing. Chain Devil, 4 mana 4/2. When it ETBs, each player sacrifices a non-token creature. It's probably a little too expensive for that effect for this deck. We already have a Summon Undead. Don't even know if we're playing it. Prophetic Prism is pretty good for fixing, but I don't know how much we need to be fixing here. Deadly Dispute works very well with Prophetic Prism. And Kobold War Leader is a decent little sacrifice target. I guess I'll take the War Leader, but I don't know how excited I am to play that. There's another Provocation here. And there's another Pilgrim's Eye here. What does this do? 1 mana... Okay, so it's just a little combat trick. Summon Undead. We've seen a lot of Summon Undeads. Thieves' Tools, Beholder, no. Baldur's Gate is a whiff in the rare spot. Pegasus Guardian, what does this even do? 6 mana, 3/3. You can blink something for 2 in the adventure part. And then if you send it on the adventure, you can then cast it. Whenever you blink something, you get a 1/1 flyer. Not bad. We'll take another Incessant Provocation here, though. How many dragons do we even have? We have 1 dragon. So we'll take the Provocation. There was a Pilgrim's Eye as well, but Provocation is kind of where we want to be. Vampire Spawn definitely overperformed in AFR. It's a card I would not mind playing. Another Summon Undead. But there's another Deadly Dispute, and I think I'm going to take that. Now that we have 3 Provocations. This is a 6 mana combo, but it's a powerful one. So we're going to take that, and I doubt this wheels, but we're going to take the... go all in on Steel and Sack here. 4 mana, draw 3, lose 3. Probably not. Chain Devil, no thanks. 2 mana, 2/1 Death Touch. When it dies, if it wasn't blocking, draw a card. It's pretty good. Hook Horror, probably don't want to play 2. And neither of these cards are really it. So yeah, this is a nice little 2-drop. How's our curve looking here? Not bad. Not bad. Thieves' Tools, Come to a Null Camp, Lantern of Revealing, Iron Golem. Minimus Containment on the splash, potentially? Pseudo Dragon Familiar, 3 mana, 2/1 flying. Pay 3, target creature gets flying. That seems okay. But again, we're kind of so far down the red-black path that we're just going to stay here. And I'm not playing any of these red or colorless cards, or these other cards here. Horde Robber ended up being okay in the last set. Playable. Owlbear still being here is a sign. We already determined this is not for limited. Combat Trick and another Deadly Dispute. I'll take the Dispute here over Pit Trap and Horde Robber. With 3 Provocations, this is pretty important to have. Okay, some pretty good green cards. Follow the Tracks, 3 mana, conjure a card of your choice from the spellbook. Okay, so you get kind of like another land. 6 mana, 4/4 Flying Dragon, Chain Devil. Don't think I'm playing any of these cards here. Priest of Ancient Lore wheeling is kind of insane. Maybe we can splash some of this stuff off of a couple treasures, but I don't know. So another blink thing. So I think green-white. So green-white life gain was one of my favorite decks to draft in original AFR. And it looks like that deck is wide open here. But red-black was by far and away the best deck. Partially, or largely because of the common Steel and Sack card. And this one is 1 more mana expensive. 1 mana more expensive, so it may not be as good. But I'm going to operate until proven otherwise that it is. So, how many creatures do we even have here? 10 if you don't count Priest. Not bad, not bad. Thieves' Tools, Combat Trick, make a treasure. I'll just take the Combat Trick, but I'm not really looking to run any of that there. Same with all of this. Second to last pick, Priest of Ancient Lore. I mean, the only difference between this card and Inspiring Overseer is that this one doesn't fly, which is a big difference, but it's still pretty darn good. So yeah, I'm going to take it and see if we can make it work. All right, what do we have here? Ghost Lantern. So 2 mana, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand, and then the equipment is not great. Nefarious Imp, 3 mana, 2/1 flying. Whenever 1 or more permanents you control leave the battlefield, scry 1. It's not bad. Mind Spike. Okay. Valor Singer. Unexpected Windfall. I guess I'll take the Imp here. What does this do? 2 mana. Oh, That's funky. Okay. We'll take the imp. I mean, I felt like I had more time than that, but apparently not. So here, what is this one? 3 mana, enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +3/+2, has haste, and attacks each combat if able. You can pay 1 to return it from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to target creature you control. And it perpetually gains -1/-1. Okay, I don't know how to evaluate that necessarily. Dueling Rapier, no. Beholder, no. I guess I'll take another Pilgrim's Eye. Maybe we can make this white splash happen with double Pilgrim's Eye and a couple of treasures up here. There's a Valor Singer, which is just like a fine enough card in the 3-drop slot. Both of these are a little underwhelming. There's Prophetic Prism, which can also fix for white and can be sacrificed to our 3 Deadly Disputes. I think I'm going to take that for that reason. Does just cantrip too. 5 mana, 4/2 haste, double team. I don't think that's for this deck, but like neither is Manticore. 4 mana, 2/1 flash flying. When it ETBs, destroy target creature and opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. I mean, I don't think we're playing anything in this pack here. Guess I'll just take that. All right, so red-black looking pretty cut from this way. We have Windfall and Chain Devil. I think we already have access to a Chain Devil if we want it, so we'll take Windfall. You hear something on watch, not really worth splashing. Same thing with Devoted Paladin. So we'll go ahead and take Windfall here. Hobgoblin Captain, a decent little 2-drop. 2 mana, 3/1 Pack Tactics. It gains First Strike. Jaded Sellsword was never outstanding. Young Red Dragon. It seems, I don't know, just filler. And then Thrakkus the Busher. I guess we'll take Hobgoblin Captain here as another 2-drop. Goes well with our Battle Cry Goblin as well. But yeah, I mean, we have a deck here for sure. Thieves' Tools is under Provocation. 3 Deadly Disputes and a Ghoul is our ways to sacrifice right now. Would love to find another Sepulchre Ghoul, but we would have to get it exactly this pick. So. Okay, so this is another one of those 4 mana 2/4s. That's kind of like a combat trick, a 3-drop, or a combat trick. I guess I'll take another one of those. Our 4-drop slot is kind of crowded, but this is a decent little blocker. I mean, I don't know if we'll run 2, but yeah. We'll have some options here, that's for sure. I think we can make the white splash work. So you can either destroy target artifact or kind of get some impulsive card draw. Mind Spike. Don't think we're playing either of those cards here. None of this matters. Valor Singer is probably going to make the cut. None of that matters. So, yeah. Well, I hope you're enjoying the first draft of a new set that I literally did not even realize this was a thing until 2 days ago. So here we are drafting it, and hopefully this one will end up being a little bit better than original AFR, but who knows? It's what we've got, and it's going to be hard to be much worse than Streets of New Capenna, so at least there's that, right? All right, let's put Windfall in here. That's probably all I'm going to want to consider. So... Oops. Oops, I just sort by creature here. Okay, so we have 46 cards with 17 lands right now. I think we do want to run 17 lands. We can play all 3 of these. We're running them off of a Prophetic Prism, treasure here, treasure here. We could run this potentially. and then 2 Pilgrim's Eyes. That seems pretty good. We could probably go like, probably honestly run like 1 and then do that. But then we still have to make some cuts here. I don't think I like Hook Horror. I'm not sure Fire Beetles fits in this deck. I don't think War Leader is what we're trying to do. I like the rest of these. I don't know about Windfall. We have a lot of 4-drops already, so I'll cut one of those. With 3 Disputes and a Ghoul, I think I do want 4 Provocations. Probably going to play double Pilgrim's Eye. Fine splashing that. Maybe we could cut down on the provocation by 1. Is this card even good? 4 mana, 2/4. Pay 2 to give it +1/+0. When it dies, note its power. You get a boon with when you cast your next creature, it perpetually gets +X/+0. So the next creature, when this thing dies, is perpetually going to get +2/+0. I mean, that seems okay, I guess. And then we have Raphael here, which we're definitely keeping in. Nefarious Imp seems good in this deck. Valor Singer just fills out the 3-drop slot. I mean, we're not being super aggressive. How many creatures do we have? 14? Don't want to cut too many more. Maybe we cut a provocation. I mean, I don't know how good this will be with 4 of them. I mean, we theoretically, if the Ghoul survives, we have 4 outlets. But if it doesn't survive, we only have 3 of these. And we don't really want to be using this unless we're sacrificing something. So let's cut one of those, and then we'll cut one of these. I don't know if this is good. Maybe we can add another one in halfway through the draft if we find out this is pretty good. But I have no idea. So yeah, I think I'm willing to run it like this and hope these Pilgrim's Eyes can find some planes here, or the planes. Then we can get some extra treasures. We can filter the mana to cast these cards as well. And yeah, seems like a decent little red-black deck. No idea how it's going to perform because I don't know what's good. But this is our set that we've got. Thanks so much for tuning in today. And we're going to hop on in. If you wouldn't mind dropping a subscribe here on the channel. Trying to get you the content that I know you want as soon as you can get it. So day 1 of the format, here we are, recording some drafts, the new set. Would appreciate a subscription to the channel. Would mean a lot to me. And it would definitely help us grow the channel as well. In the description, we've also got a link to the Daily Drafters Discord, which I'd love for you to check out if that is of interest to you as well. So, no planes yet, but we do have the Pilgrim's Eye, and we do have Prof Prism on 2. So we can kind of delayed get a Priest of Ancient Lore here. There's another one. Spiked Pit Trap. 5 mana tap, and then it deals 5, and maybe they get a treasure. Okay. Pretty good draw there. Another Pilgrim's Eye. Yeah, so they're on the play here with this card, and they're probably going to get to draw a card off of it. I think we're going to Pilgrim's Eye for a land here. So we'll grab that plains. I think I'm going to trade. I know they get a card, but like we can't just like not block that ever. They're going to keep attacking. It has Death Touch. That seems quite good. Okay, so I think my guess is whatever we play is going to die. So let's do Priest here, and the next turn, if we don't draw a land in these 2 steps here, we can do Pilgrim's Eye, hold up Deadly Dispute, and sacrifice Prof Prism. Drider. So we did draw the land. So this is a 5-mana 4/3 reach, and whenever it deals combat damage, make a 2/2. Could probably just kill that with Grim Bounty. We get a treasure, and then we can use that treasure to Deadly Dispute, sacrificing Prism here. I don't want this thing to hit me, so we're just going to do that line. We have quite the load in hand here. So I know we have to use a treasure to do this, but I'm fine with that. Alright, when ETBs exile target creature an opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. So we could just sacrifice the priest then. Right? Instead of the prism. Because we're not killing this anytime soon. So let's do that. That way they're specialized. Gosh. So they can still specialize this thing. Can you do that only at sorcery speed? Yeah, only as a sorcery. So they can do this at sorcery and then get an extra little bonus when that thing dies. So we'll do swamp here. We just have so much card draw and stuff in this deck. Priest replaces itself. Pilgrim's Eye replaces itself. All that seems fine, so let's do that. Perpetually loses all abilities. And then deals damage equal number of creatures you control. Okay. Let's go get a red with Pilgrim's Eye here. Pilgrim's Eye, very underrated in the format. If you remember things like Sky Scanner or Skittering Surveyor, this is very, very similar, and those were high picks. So getting double Pilgrim's Eye was super sweet in this thing. So perpetually means that if I were to ever get this back somehow, like with a reanimate spell or whatever, it's just a 3-mana 2/1. It doesn't have any more text. It perpetually, no matter where it is in any zone, loses all abilities. Alright, so they did specialize it. When it dies, they get a 4/1 with Menace. So if I were to steal this and sacrifice it, do I get the 4/1 or do they get the 4/1? I think I get the 4/1. I don't know. Alright, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if we want it. So we could do 5 plus Singer or Imp. Let's do this. And then this, it's a Tieflings get it too, right? Yeah, so this is gonna have, it's gonna be a 3/4. So we could block that if we wanted to. And then we'd get some triggers off of this, and it has lifelink. I don't want to attack with Pilgrim's Eye, so we'll leave that back. I want to threaten this block here. Alright, does Raphael die? Oh darn, I played it right into Spike Pit Trap. So yes, Raphael dies. I don't know why I did that. It's early on, brand new format. Okay, hit me again. More lands. Alright, we'll do these things then. Now I think I will attack with Pilgrim's Eye. Let's see if this works out, or if they have instant speed removal. Can't remember every single removal spell in this set. Seems like they have something. We do have 2 more Deadly Disputes and a Sepulchre Ghoul in the deck, with 1 Provocation in hand. So any of those would be good draws. Alright, either they're deep in the tank, or Arena's crashing. Don't know which it is. Okay, so they did have the Indestructible trick. This one seems like a pretty good card. I mean, for just... Definitely don't need that. For just 1 mana on the adventure side, you can give something indestructible, and then whenever this thing attacks, this is going to gain flying. We could hit them for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right now. I don't particularly like that, though. We might be able to sneak out a win with a couple of provocations here. But they're going to hit us for 6 next turn. We can block it. We can chump with Pilgrim's Eye. There is that. And it just might be worth doing that to prevent some damage here. Oh god, it's a mythic artifact. I don't know what that does. As long as it's attached to a creature, you don't lose for having 0 or less life. Whenever it attacks, draw a card and reveal it. It's +X on the turn. You lose X life, where X is that card's value. Equip, discard a card. So we can't win? What do we do about that? That might have been wrong. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. Alright, well that's great. Alright, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have enough mana to steal both of them and sack both of them. So let's do that. Well, so let's do it in this order. So if we steal them and then attack with them, they're going to have to do something in response. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's steal that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's steal that. Oh, we can only activate once each turn. That's not great. Did that a little wrong, but that's okay. We'll give it to this guy. They'll get in there. Oh, they draw the card. Okay. This is wild. Okay, so they go to 2. We can then sacrifice this one. And we get the menace creature. And yeah, okay. That was all sorts of wild there, but sure. So if we had flipped a 2-drop, so this thing has to attack because of provocation. It perpetually gains, it must attack. And when it attacks, they flip a card, gets plus X, but they lose that much life. However, they can't lose the game. So, how do we win? Is it possible to win anymore? Yeah, I definitely messed that one up because I forgot this was only once each turn. But they can't lose for going to 0 or less life. So... not exactly sure what to do about this. Okay. So, theoretically they lose to removal, but we have a Battle Cry Goblin on top of our deck. I'm not sure I would consider this Magic the Gathering. This is something else, for sure. Return all creature cards and planeswalker cards may have X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so just we lose? Wow. Yeah. I guess we're just doing this. And we have to top deck another provocation. We only have one more in the deck, I guess? Is that all we can do here? So we have to chump with Imp right now. Okay. Probably going to turn this thing into that. With first strike. A 4/4 with first strike. Okay, so they did. So see, they discarded a white card. Plains are technically not a white card, but a white land or a white card to specialize that into this thing. Oh, against first strike as well. Oh, and then that gets flying, and then we die. Alright, well. Great. Losing to Pact Weapon. They can't lose the game. That was fun. Alright, let's see if we can get another one here. Alright, we're on the play. We have Ghoul into Eye into Provocation if we want it. So yeah, let's hope the Ghoul survives. Pretty good hand here. So... I don't know why they felt the need to adjust one card from the previous set and just up its toughness by 1 when it was already one of the best black commons, but who am I to say? Alright, so we'll go grab Plains, and I do not want to attack with Ghoul. So I guess we're going to trade Prowler for Eye here. This is a really good card. 2 mana, 2/1, Death Touch, and it's always going to be attacking. Okay, Flame Fist Officer is going to turn into a 3/3 here. I mean, either you use a removal spell on it, or they're forced into blocking. Alright, is this worth killing with Provocation? I'm gonna do this now while we know we have Sepulchre Ghoul. Because this could go away and then Provocation gets much worse. So so we'll go ahead and do that. Still have 2 removal spells in hand, so that's not bad. It's pretty good as well. They are screwed on mana, so Minimus Containment would give them a treasure. But I don't want this to be attacking me. So I guess I'm going to do it like that. We can hold up Dispute if for some reason they have an answer to Ghoul here. Have Grim Bounty up next turn. Oh god, what is that? Mythic. 4 mana, 1/4 Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, exile top card till the end of your next turn. You may play it. Whenever you play a card from exile, create a treasure. I think this is like a common commander. This is probably one of the ones from Baldur's Gate commander set. That is going to have to be something that dies. Let's kill it. Get a treasure, and we can use the Dispute to sacrifice the treasure. Because it does say creature or artifact, so that's pretty nice. So Pact Boon only work. What are all these rares? 3 mana, deals 4 damage to any target. Damage isn't removed from creatures your opponents control during cleanup steps. What is this, Hearthstone? Well, that's pretty ridiculous. So let's see if they go for the Ghoul here. I'm sure they do. Okay. Two mana, 2/1, sacrifice it, return target creature from the graveyard to the battlefield. So they're going to get back Prosper Tomebound, which sucks. So this only gives haste to goblins. And I don't really want to trade this, I don't think. Well, I do, because I don't want them to get Prosper Tomebound back. So let's do this. Let's use one of these treasures to give this haste. And I don't think they're going to block. Okay. That means they can't get Tomebound back, which is good. I think that's a decent enough trade. What are these things, man? Okay, so it gains first strike and haste till end of turn. And they can give cards in their hand haste. We'll keep on drawing the lands here. More lands. I mean, we're getting rid of our combo. Oh my god. But I need to get on the battlefield here. Holy mackerel. Come on. So we have 11 lands in hand and 6 left in the deck, I guess. Okay, so this thing's now a 2/2. Okay. I guess I'll trade with this one then. Let's thin out the deck even more, why don't we? Alright, so now we have 5 lands left in our last 16 cards. Probably going to do this again. Okay, so it doesn't have double team anymore. We could chump, and I'm probably going to need to. Just to preserve my life here and hope we don't draw another land. Alright, so I guess that trades at the very least. Okay, so they could blink something and then they can put counters on that thing. Alright. So every time they played this, it was quite good. For me, it was just a 2-mana thing. I don't really think we can attack, to be honest. We're gonna have to chump with this. So... Okay. And I guess we do that and then die next turn. Alright. Scry this land to the bottom that I knew was on top of the deck here. And then probably concede. Oh no. So close. Darn, got them to 1. Yeah, maybe playing to that out would have been better. Just playing to the out of having one of these on top of the deck and getting them down to at least 4 or something, but alright, 0-2. Let's see if we can actually get a win in our first draft of this set. Alright, on the play, we'll keep it. We have a 3-drop. So we'll do that, and then this is a 6-mana combo here. So we're quite a ways away from that, but we have draws. Got all of our lands. They've got Guildsworn Prowler on too, as always. So I don't think I'll block this time. The first ever walrus printed at MTG. I saw this the other day. Pretty good. Double top. Must be nice. Oh, if this wasn't blocking, so if you use removal on this, it's still still draws a card. That's quite good. I mean, I guess we're offering the trade here then, right? Good, they don't draw the card, so at least there's that. Are they mono black? They topped 2 cards and didn't play a second color. And they're attacking with their other source of a second color. So maybe they are just mono black. Thieves' Tools, I don't think I care about that. Or that. Now, if we draw all of the lands in our deck, I think that's a recipe for disaster. Oh my gosh. We've played a 3-drop before turn 5 here. 7 lands already. Alright, so there's their planes. I get to get back their 2-1. Oh my word. Alright. So if it wasn't blocking, draw a card. So we get to draw a card by doing this. And then hopefully draw non-lands here. We draw 2 more lands out of those 3 cards. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9... What do we have? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands in our top 15. Oh my gosh. What does this do? Get something flying? And haste. Okay. Alright, alright. Let's start with this. Then we can play probably just Imp. I'd like to keep the Dispute up for the treasure token, so not play the other thing. This could also just trade with Prowler, but they do draw the card. At least we're not missing land drops for the rest of the game. Okay, so now we can't block Prowler anymore. Okay. Let's... I meant to play Dispute, but oops. Let's do this. No thanks. We'll get one anyway. Go to combat. Attack with both here. Okay, so they'll trade with Nefarious Imp, I guess? Yeah. Okay, this deck doesn't seem particularly great, but all we have to do is keep bottoming the rest of the lands in our deck, so look at that, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We had 13 lands in our top 20 cards there. So there were only 4 lands in our bottom 20. Sounds like I complain a lot, but you do the math. Maybe we'll still find a way out of this somehow. We could also sacrifice Prowler to draw a card. Because if it wasn't blocking, we had to draw that card off of Ghoul. We get to thin our deck out a little bit more, so that's good. So this has Death Touch. They could trade with Ghoul here, which I don't like because we do have 2 more provocations in the deck. And I'd like to keep this around. So we'll get in like this. If they want to trade for captain, I'm okay with that. That's fine. Because they don't draw the card off of Prowler here. Not a bad draw there. Could potentially consider going to 16 lands after this. Oy. Okay. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Pretty good way to thin our deck out even more, I guess. Okay. We can do Dragon's Eye plus, or Dragon's Fire plus Pilgrim's Eye to get rid of this black dragon. Probably worth it. Okay. 7 mana, 5/6. As long as it's your turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to it. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think we need to go down to 6 lands. So, does this change the clock if we go with Pilgrim's Eye? Kind of. I mean, we're going to go to 8, but they're going to be at 6. This can give flying, so we're going to have to chump with this at some point. So we have 14 lands and they have 7. So, yeah. Well, at least we draw a card. Might be lethal if they don't have anything. Let's hope they don't. Actually, let's do this first to see if they get priority. They do get priority. So the good news is that even if we steal that and attack with it, we're not dead next turn. And we have a lethal threat in this thing. So let's try it here. Try to put them to maybe 1. Okay, that worked. Let's see. Alright, go to damage, and... oh my gosh. I don't think that does anything, because you don't control this. Yeah, okay, good. Alright, well, we got the win. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and adjust the deck to go down to 16 lands here now, and then we'll hop into round 4. Okay, on the play with a great hand here. Got all of our colors. 3-drop can find our 4th land to play Dragonsborn Immolator and all of the things, so we'll keep it. I did drop a swamp, I believe, for that Fire Beetles thing. It was a 3-mana 2/2 Menace double team, so we'll see how that performs. There's a lot of tieflings in this set. I didn't even realize that. Like, we have like 3 or 4 tieflings in our deck already, so pretty good. Here's Ghoul. Play Pilgrim's Eye next turn, get another black, and then our mana is set. All right, our first blue deck opponent. Let's see if they have improved blue from original AFR. It was so unbelievably unplayable the first time. 8 mana, draw 2 cards. Okay. Well, we do have an attack here at the very least, so we'll get a black. And basically, am I willing to trade Pilgrim's Eye for Sepulchre for this thing? Probably. I mean, don't see why not. Pilgrim's Eye is not doing as much other than being sacrifice fodder anyway at this point, so seems fine to me. So we can do the provocation now and take that, steal and sack it, or we could just play this. Just gonna get on the battlefield first. I think we can steal and sack something better. I just gotta hope that the ghoul survives, because if it doesn't, then we lose our sack outlet. Good news is something like Charmed Sleep doesn't stop this, I don't think. Scry 1, then draw a card. Okay. And then it becomes a 5 mana 3/3 flyer later if they want it to be. Okay, so 2 mana 1/2 draw a card, looter. Okay. Sure. All right. Well, let's get in there. We're just gonna drop Raphael here. And then we'll be at 6 mana next turn if we draw like a Deadly Dispute or something. So 5 mana 4/4 flyer, and then we make a devil at our end step if something left the battlefield. Went to our graveyard, I mean. If a creature card was put to our graveyard. Okay. Would be pretty good if they just played this thing. That'd be really good for us. Interesting. They do nothing. Okay, well, guess we'll go to combat then. I don't know the set well enough to know if they have some sort of flash or what the combat tricks are or anything like that. So, I mean, maybe they're able to save this and trade with Raphael or something, but potentially was worth Minimus Containmenting that. Let's see. All right. When it enters the battlefield, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. Okay, so they're just kind of like preserving some life, I guess. Okay, that's fine. And then they're going to blink that. Okay, so they're just preserving some life here. That's all fine. I don't think we really need to use any of our removal spells on any of these derpy things here. The fact that they just did what they did kind of proves to me that they don't really have an answer. Okay, so fun thing is we can actually Minimus Containment their Minimus Containment to bring this back. That's a fun combo in the format. Okay. Think we'll go ahead and do that. So it goes over there, and back comes Raphael. And get in like this. Okay, so we can just pump this once to trade here with both of them, and I think that's worth doing. That way we get a devil at the end of the turn too. Does this boon say cast or enters the battlefield? Whenever you cast your next creature spell. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice little combo. Forgot their 2/2s with lifelink as well. And there's a great steal and sack target for us. Definitely go ahead and take it. Go to damage. And we can just go ahead and actually just kill them with the devil. Right? Yeah. So we don't even need to sacrifice their thing. That'll do it. All right. 2 and 2. Let's keep the train rolling. All right, on the draw, decent little hand here. We've got 2 lands, a 2-drop. Don't know what in the format that could be. Still getting priority. It doesn't even need to target a creature, but oh well. We'll figure it out at some point. It's probably some sort of 1-mana kill spell. Got a 2-drop. We've got Prism and Deadly Dispute as the combo, which is nice. That's pretty good. I don't know if I should just kill that now. I don't want them to get another one. Some decent little card advantage, so I'm just going to do that rather than play Hobgoblin Captain. The next turn we can Valor Singer. Then we can Prism Dispute. Ooh, they're missing lands. Alright. Alright, another land, but it is red. Oh my gosh, that thing. Okay. I think I'm gonna Prism and Captain here. I don't know how good this is yet. I guess we'll find out. I mean, it's 3 mana, sorcery speed, deal 4 to any target, which is already, like, fine, and then it has some pretty big upside. Okay. There goes that. So if we Kalane use the treasure for priest, it does get the counter. So let's do that. But the treasure's also pretty good to enable this combo here. But we do need to use it if we want to. Yeah, so we'll use it here. And then we now have 6 mana for the combo if we want it. If they spend their whole turn specializing this, that would be amazing. Because then it's going to turn into this thing. When it dies, create 3 1/1s. And if we steal it and then sack it, we get the 1/1s and the Hobgoblin Captain. And that's probably just game. So clearly they have some sort of combat trick here, I would think. I really want them to specialize this so that we can do this. So I'm not going to block this turn. Okay, so there's the combat trick. Well, just +2/+0. I thought that gave first strike as well. So that wouldn't have done it. It would have still traded. Alright, beginning of each combat, each creature you control is +1/+1 if it has the same name as another creature you control or a creature in your graveyard. And then for 3, gains first strike and double team. I definitely did not read that part of the card when I was passing it. So, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that stupid thing. Alright, there's some of our best cards now. But now they can flip this, and I don't like them doing that. Well, they still have to have 5, though, so... Giant fire beetles, yeah. Okay. So no way to steal. We do have a way to sack. We could use this on this. So we technically have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so we can't do this plus these. We can do this plus hold up Deadly Dispute if they go to try to kill one of these, and we can use the treasure to make this a 5/5. We mean this means this would not have good attacks unless they specialized it. But this can turn that into a 5/5. Menace double team. Let's do this. The reason I'm using this treasure because we still have Deadly Dispute on Prof Prism if we want that. So no attacks. And we'll see if they go for specializing or a removal or something. We do have to remember they have this thing, so it's not great. So they can turn this into a 5/3, so we can still block here. And if they go for some trick that saves this, we can Deadly Dispute, sacrificing that. Indestructible, okay. All right. We get the devil now. All right, we got a lot of options here. I think we have to attack with this one. We have access to 8 mana if we want it. So why don't we... Which one do we want to be bigger? Probably Pilgrim's Eye over Nefarious Imp. This is going to come down to be a 3/3, so maybe the Imp needs to be bigger, actually. So let's make the imp bigger. Let's play Pilgrim's Eye, getting our white here. We'll play the white, play the ghoul. Oh, forgot, this is a 4-3 because of Raphael. Pretty good. We can go here. We could go here. Yeah, let's do both. This has lifelink as well. Okay, they're down to 7, and now we have lethal. They play this, then yeah. Okay, cool. Got up to 3 and 3. Our deck did what it was supposed to do there. Let's keep going. 3 and 2, I guess, is what we are. All right, on the play again, pretty good. We have Pilgrim's Eye to open up the Priest of Ancient Lore, so we'll keep it. It's a little slow, but we'll keep it. Uh-oh. Okay. Non-creature, non-land, is that what that is? Yeah, so it's like a duress variant, I guess. Okay. I think we'll be mana efficient here and get the white. Fine trading. And if they want to use a combat trick, I'm cool with that too. Less cool with that one. That's a pretty good one, but... Alright, let's do this plus priest, I think. You know what? I didn't even realize until just now. We haven't had an issue on launch day. You know why it is? It's probably because this set is like irrelevant to most people. Most people didn't even know it was happening, so they're not rushing to Arena to get on here. So, yeah. Alright, that's probably going to be a pretty good ghoul target. I think I'm fine trading here. We don't have any treasures in our hand. This may not get much better. Let's attack. Then we'll do ghoul and captain and hope that ghoul survives. They do know we have provocation in hand though, so they're probably going to kill the ghoul if they can at all. That's the one they played earlier, right? Yeah. Yep, there goes the ghoul. Okay. Alright, so we can trade priest for their flaming fist, whatever. So we can't really sneak lethal out of anywhere because they know it's coming. But, wait, why on earth did it tap like that? That's the dumbest thing in the world. Hopefully it doesn't matter. I needed to leave up a red. That way we can give it fire breathing and get an extra point here, but hopefully it doesn't matter. Okay. Here come the lands. So it will perpetually gain, it attacks each combat of Ava, which is pretty good because we can use Immolator to kill it. We could steal this. And if we steal and attack with everything, it would be 6, 7, 8, 9 down to 3, but then they would just hit us back and then we'd be in that loop there. I still think I like doing that. Alright, we'll go to combat. I think we can leave this back to threaten this block again. That was the dumbest thing in the world because it's going to gain flying anyway, so. Oops. Alright, well. Yeah. Go ahead. Do your thing. That was like the dumbest play I could have possibly made. So sorry about that. So we'll draw land and then go ahead and no, and my audio is not. Oh my god. I'm just making all the mistakes today, aren't I? Because then now this doesn't get first strike because you have to do this pre-combat. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't think we're winning this game. But we definitely should have. So yeah, that does matter. Like a lot. Like a lot. Alright, well, now we're dead next turn, so. There's another one. And there's another land. You knew it was coming. So, yep. Big ol' whiff to end this draft here, but who knows? We'll see how this format kind of shakes out for us. It's something different than Streets of New Capenna at the very least, and we're all going to be learning together. So thanks so much for tuning in today and sticking around to the end of this video. On our end screen, you can find our last upload in case you missed it, or what will eventually be the trophy playlist for this format. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you on Monday for your daily draft.